the parts that I do like with Nesta are when she's with Gwen and Emery.
Yeah.
I think that's when the book is at its best in showing Nesta as a regular person.
Because she doesn't have all this hate. Hi. I'm Spencer.
And I'm Kristen.
Welcome to Fizz and Fiction.
Hello. Today we're talking about A Court of Silver Flames.
One of my least favorite characters in this book. This is her book.
It's Nesta's book.
It's Nesta's book!
I'm going to reframe this as it's Cassian's book to make me feel better about it.
It does. It makes me feel better.
Yeah, a little bit better. This is book...
Makes me digest it a little
not want to,
better.
like, cry.
Yeah.
This is book, technically 5.
Yes.
You can consider it 4 if you wanted to. Of the ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses series.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say it's the first book in, like, the new arc that we're getting from Sarah J Maas.
Yes.
The first 3 books being all about Farah and the battle with Hybrin.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're post-war.
Yep. Now we're all about the, oh Jesus, what's it called? The Trove.
The Trove and,
Yeah.
like, that witchy guy.
And Nesta's power.
Literally the very first thing is an unfathomable power.
Blah.
Blah. Okay, so what are we rating this? Sorry, let's get back to what we usually do. Before we start trash talking Nesta and her book, what would you rate, or should we talk about we'll do the rating first.
You're rating first.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's still an ACOTAR book.
it's still an ACOTAR book, so it's not like a 3.
Yeah, it's like a 4.
Yeah, let's give it a solid 4.
Like, it's still, like, really well written.
yeah,
And, like,
and it still has characters that I love.
yeah, and, like,
Just also
things happen.
has her.
It also has her.
Yeah, as a central character.
And I will say this one is, like, the smuttiest book.
Oh, it's spicy. Which, like, probably makes it in my mind 4.5.
But it's so funny because everyone, I know it's so confusing to people when they're like, you should read the ACOTAR series, it's so spicy, and they
The first book is not.
they read book 1 and they're like, there's like maybe one like closed door sex scene.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking
They
about?
like dance real closely.
What they're talking about is this book.
Is this book? Yeah.
And it's, I mean, it is, the dial has been turned up to 10.
Yeah, which I don't hate.
It makes things more bearable in some situations.
Yeah. And I love Cassian.
I
It's
love
just like
Cassian. It's just like, why are you with Nesta?
Yeah, Nesta.
Yeah, so I'd give it a 4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah. Solid.
I guess I'll read the cover. Cause I don't really remember, honestly.
Good God, how long is that?
That's really long. Maybe I won't read the cover. Basically, Nesta's mad that she's a high fae. The whole thing is like a past explanation.
Yeah, it's
And
like
then-
post-war.
Yeah.
Nesta's got the cauldron stuff. It's after the war with
Second
Hybrid.
paragraph is basically like the Cassian's here, and who Cassian is.
Yeah.
The fire between them is undeniable, and it only burns hotter as they are forced to work closely together. And then it becomes like the plot here, the treacherous human queens.
Yeah.
They're like forging alliances, and the key to halting them might be Cassian and Nesta facing their haunting pasts against the sweeping backdrop of against the sweeping backdrop of a world seared by war and plagued with uncertainty. Nesta and Cassian battle monsters from within and without as they search for acceptance and healing in each other's arms.
She's not seeking that in his arms for like 90% of the book.
Yeah. Okay, if you haven't read this, you gotta go, because like I'm ready to just like start tearing into it.
Leave and come back.
Yeah, I think that like from a plot standpoint, like this, they want this to be like Nesta's therapy.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be fixed.
No.
And like, does she really even get fixed in the end? I don't know.
Like, barely.
I think that she gets, like, she accepts who she is, which is great.
Because that's a whole thing.
She hates who she is and who Feyre made her become, which is bullshit.
Yeah, I'm like,
that makes me so mad.
I'm like, how could she have prevented this?
You know what? How you could have prevented this? If you had stepped up as the oldest sister and she didn't go hunting in the woods and kill a fae.
Word.
It's your fault that you are where you are.
Yep.
Just saying.
Word.
Yeah, I think by the end she accepts who she is, and that's great. I don't like who she is, though, is the problem.
I do not like who you really are.
Who you really are. Cassian makes her a little bit better of a person.
She's just so spiteful and
hateful.
Hateful.
She's just so hateful.
She blames everybody else for her problems.
Nothing is her fault.
Nothing's her fault. The beginning of the book, she's like, and this was like in the novella too, she's just
an alcoholic,
always drunk, sleeping around, living off of Reese and Farrah's dime.
But like wants to live in like the slums basically.
Yeah, but it's still like resentful towards them. I'm like, girl, they are paying for your lifestyle right now.
Yeah, she blames she hates Reese for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't get that at all.
Yeah, she has like some like crazy animosity towards him.
She does.
And Farrah.
Yeah. And even like Elaine in the book too, because like she's mad that Elaine's friends with Farrah. I'm like, are you just that awful of a person that you're mad your sisters are hanging out again?
She got some baggage.
She does. And like they show some of her past with her mom, and I'm like, that's not enough for me to understand why you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Your mom sucks and was like put all like her eggs in your basket. I get that. Made you a great dancer. I'm so sorry.
I think she like blamed Elaine for, I think I read that thing where she blamed Elaine for their dad's death.
Yeah.
Like, girl, but can you just like stop just trying to, it's like she wants to be angry at everybody to just ignore how awful she feels inside.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe now that she's accepted who she is in future books, she'll be more, like, we both admitted that we liked her a lot more in the Crescent City series when she showed up.
It was a different person.
It was a different person, so maybe...
You could have told me it was a different character and I would have believed you.
So maybe, like, maybe she will be...
Better in the next book?
Better in the next book. I will give her the benefit of hope there. But we're not here to talk about that.
Yeah, we're
here about, like, what is happening in this book.
Yeah, so she...
Yeah, starting at the beginning. Go for it. Yeah,
so she goes back. She's in that apartment, but then... They're like, you can't be here anymore. We're not going to pay for this.
Yeah.
Cassian offers to take her to train in the mountains, but she settles on going to the House of Wind.
Yeah.
So she's living in the House of Wind.
Whereas, like, literally all the way up in the mountains, or not in the mountains, but, like, it's dug into a mountain. She's really, there's, like, thousands of steps separating the floor, the base to, like, the top.
Would you like to live in a magical house? Because it, like, knows what she needs.
I will say briefly, like, I don't understand that at all.
Yeah. It's like the smart house, but, like...
but magic. And, like, Reese and one of them is, like, it doesn't do that for anyone else.
Yeah, it just likes her.
Yeah. Which, who knows why.
Got bad judgment.
But yeah, I would. That sounds so fun.
Yeah, it does sound fun.
It sounds so fun. And the house is so nice.
You know what? It'll, like, light a fire for her.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's so nice.
It's so thoughtful.
Yeah.
And she's nice to, like, I'm nice to houses.
Yeah. I like the magical house.
I like the magical house.
It's a cool little, like...
It's just a fun little thing.
Yeah, it's a fun little thing.
We don't really know what's happening there, but it's fun.
But it's just a fun little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the magical house.
I like it.
But she's stuck there, and I guess Cassian and Az both have rooms there. And, like, they have, like, a couple of different houses, I feel like. They have, like, the townhouse, too, sometimes.
Yeah.
But, like...
I feel like they're staying there.
They stay there a good bit, it seems like. And I think partially right now also to keep an eye on her.
Yes.
Because she needs to be kept an eye on. They take all the alcohol out of that place.
Because she's an alcoholic.
She's having withdrawals.
Yeah.
And so, like, the very first night, she tries to go down. Like, she starts immediately trying to go down.
Yeah. Down the steps.
Is that the first night where she, like, leaves, like, her flamey handprint, too? Because she's just so mad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like she, like, gets some kind of spat.
Yeah, she doesn't really know how to control her powers fully, either.
No, because she took him from the cauldron.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mad that she took him.
It's mad.
It's mad.
Big mad.
But yeah, she does. She tries to go down the stairs. That's a whole thing, this whole book.
It's a whole thing.
It's like too much of a thing.
It does sound challenging, but I don't think I need it every, like, couple chapters.
But also, okay, and, like, maybe clear up some confusion.
Okay.
From my part. But she's going downstairs, right? Because that seems to be the more challenging.
Going up sounds harder.
Going up sounds harder, but, like, her challenge is going downstairs. Which I can't begin to understand.
You know, I would just simply grab a mattress and ride him down.
And then go up as a challenge.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me. She's going downstairs.
She's going downstairs.
Like, who can't go downstairs?
I mean, I get that she's, like, really weak.
Yeah, but, like, if anything, it's just more time-consuming than it is, like, actually, like, physically tolling.
Yeah, like get on
You're
your
going
butt.
slow.
Yeah.
You're probably just like an old person walking downstairs.
And then she did have to, and like, she's tired because when she gets to where she can't go down anymore, she's like, great, now I have to go back up.
Which is just like,
I would simply rest there and then keep going down.
It doesn't make any sense. Because the hardest part, she's like, I'm defeated. And then she has to go back up? How is she making it back up?
I don't know. She's like crawling by the time she gets back up there the first time, and Cassian's up there just like waiting and laughing at her, I feel like.
Which I would be too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell you.
Yeah, because I've seen things on TikTok where it's like the Nesta like stair challenge.
Yeah, but it's like walking back up is the challenge. It's like you go on a step master.
Yeah, but her challenge is going down.
I know.
Which is just...
Maybe she has bad knees. You know, it's worse going down if you have bad knees. In case you didn't know.
It's just so weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
So weird.
And like she is like weak and malnourished. She's only drinking alcohol.
Yeah,
and she's also that first night
not in good shape.
And that first night she's probably also like in
I just can't.
What's the thing? Withdrawals. So
I just can't get over it's going downstairs that she has like the most trouble with.
Poor thing. Anyway, so she tries to leave and can't.
Mm-hmm.
Comes back up, is pissed. I think she's pissed for like a solid week.
She's always pissed.
I mean, like won't talk to them.
She's always pissed.
And then you read this up, like what?
Yeah. Then they start to train.
That she does agree to train.
Yeah, she finally agrees to train
because she wants to be able to walk down the stairs.
She wants to be able to walk down the stairs.
And they start off training the whole time they're training in like there's like a training ground in the little
and she starts to kind of work in the library, and that's where she meets Gwen.
Yep. And Gwen is a priestess who was rescued when I guess Hybern's army came to like her town and like was like raping and killing. And Azriel saved her and brought her to the library, and you can tell she has definitely some like internal scars. But she seems like I like her right away. Like she's fun, she's nice. She like doesn't really care that Ness is being a bitch to her. And she works for like the head librarian lady.
I can't remember her name.
Who's mean also.
She's like, I'm used to this mean spirit.
And Cassian comes to visit her every now and then, and like he's like kind of still afraid of the dark.
Oh yeah, the thing that it's not down there anymore.
It's not down there anymore, but he's kind of like cautious about it.
Braxis.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And then I guess pretty early he invites her to come with him because he has to go to the Illyrian war camps. Then.
Hold on, pull up that list again.
Yeah. Okay, this is before she gets there. Cassian is super lonely is what I got from this entire interaction. Moore is
Moore's not in this book a lot.
She's really not. She's so sketchy. She's sent to Valhalla to set up a treaty with the king.
The big bad.
What's his name? Braylon?
Brialin? I don't know.
Brialin?
I'm not sure how I pronounce it, to be perfectly honest.
But I was gonna try and say Lucian is hanging out with Vasa and her man.
The eye guy.
Eris.
He's not Eris?
Eris. What's the Vasa's boy's name? Is it an E?
It's not Eris. Eris is the...
Yeah, that's the Moore guy.
It's the guy. Isn't that the eye guy?
It is, but what is his name? Jurian. Vasa's with Jurian. They're
like a little trifecta.
But yeah, they've come... She's saying that, like, the brilliant... Brialin guy... also looks like an old lady. Wait, is that... No, that's the, Sorry,
I'm reading that. Struggled up the thousands of steps and meets Cassian at the top. This is, like, the thing with this book is I think it was too long.
It was really long. Well, it feels like two different books, honestly. It feels like one book about Cassian and Nesta and training and the Valkyries. And it feels like another book about, like...
The Trove and stuff.
Yeah,
I agree.
So she meets Gwen, there's Gwen, Eris talks about his father. Eris's father, Baron, might be, like, aligning with the Human Queen. To start a new war. That's the whole thing. Is there might be a new war looming.
There were post-war. But Baron is still, like... not happy with the state of things.
Because I think he wanted, like...
He wanted the humans.
He wanted more land. He wants the human land.
Yeah, he wants the human land.
Yeah.
So, and eventually Gwen starts training, and then so does
Emery.
But
yeah, they go to the Illyrian war camp, and that's where she meets Emery.
Yes.
In, like, her little shop.
Mm-hmm. Her little shop.
And she, like, gives her spices, and, like, it reminds her of home.
Oh, yeah.
Because her dad was a spice trader.
Yeah.
And I don't remember why she invites her, but she invites her to come train.
Yeah, that's the majority of the book is like
them training. Yeah, and I do like the parts that I do like with Nesta are when she's with Gwen and Emery. Yeah, I think that's when the book is at its best in showing Nesta as a regular person
because she doesn't have all this hate.
Because they don't really know, like, not that they don't know who she is, they don't really know her past.
Yeah.
And so they're not judging her, and she doesn't have to be defensive. She's so defensive.
So defensive and resentful.
She is. So she can just be, like, a normal person, like, actually have, like, girlfriends.
Yeah, she doesn't have all this baggage with them.
And, like, she's able to, like, work out her anger, like, with them.
Yeah.
Which is so nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah.
Hey, that's, I mean, one of the...
redeeming pieces of the book.
But she's still, while that is still going on, she's still such an ass to everybody else.
She is. Like, they are calling her to help locate the troves. So the troves are, like, it's 3 objects that were also made by the cauldron.
The crown, the harp.
And the mask. And they think that the bad guy is trying to get them to use them to start a war, and Baron's trying to align with him to make this war happen. Mm-hmm. And so they want to use Elaine, I think, at first to scry and try and find...
Yeah.
And she's like, absolutely not.
She's, like, way too...
protective?
What is so funny is that neither one of them are the baby of the family. Farrah's the baby of the family.
But no one's worried about Farrah.
Yeah, but she's just, like, coddling Elaine. I'm like, what?
Elaine's fine.
She's fine.
She's fine. For some reason, it doesn't work, or, like, something.
Yeah.
So Nesta has to do it.
She has to, like, tap into her power.
Yeah, and she doesn't like doing that either. Oh, she also, like, makes a sword with her power on accident.
Yeah. And, like, the sword is,
it's, like, not evil,
but basically.
But kind of evil.
Yeah.
It's, like, dangerous.
Yeah. Because it was made with that power.
Yeah, but she uses her power, and I think the first one she finds is the mask in the swamp, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
She goes with Az and Cassian to the swamp.
Yeah. Because Cassian tries to, like, something happens.
They have to leave her in a tree.
And they found those soldiers.
Yeah, oh yeah, one of the things was, like,
Eris's shoulders went missing.
Yeah. And they weren't sure if he was lying about it or not, and he wasn't.
Yeah, Eris is such a big question mark.
He is. I want to trust him.
He is the biggest question mark to me in this whole series.
I like him, though.
I do, too. I'm, like, secretly hoping he is a really good guy.
Yeah, like that, like, he's just got to play the part.
Yeah, I want him to come in the end and be, like, even, like, the more ultimate Reese, where, like, Reese would, like, had this whole thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, me too, bro.
Yeah, I'm hopeful for that. But yeah, they leave her in a tree to go fight someone. Mm-hmm. And she gets out of the tree like a dumbass.
She just this. Yeah.
I think the mask is maybe like calling to her or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And then she sees like this water wraith or something. Like they're in this weird area that's just like, I just imagine like a swamp of like primordial like beings, and all the old creatures here just like hang out there.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But it like drags her under.
Mm-hmm.
And then she calls to the mask, and the mask is there, and she puts on the mask, and then she can control the dead.
Yep.
So we have the first dead trove. Great.
So, do we trust her with this power?
No. She is uncontrollable.
Yeah. A little spiteful.
Cassian has to like convince her to take it off, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember when they start having sex, but they're having sex, like anger sex, pretty early on, I feel like.
Well, it starts off not as sex. It starts off as like other stuff, like fooling around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I forget when they really start.
And at first they're just like, oh, we're just like, we don't like each other, but we're gonna like, I don't know.
She's just like, yes, just sex.
Yeah, for her,
at first it's just like, and I think he agrees to it. He's like, this is just sex.
But for him it was never just sex. Yeah. For her it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so she gets the first one. What's the third one? The harp and the what? Crown. Which one's next? She doesn't have, someone else has the crown, don't they?
She got them all three by the end of the book.
Yeah, but I think someone has the crown already. They think that someone has the crown because they don't want to get too close to someone.
I forget.
The queen, maybe? I don't know.
That synopsis, those bullet points, there's like a billion of them.
There are.
Yeah. It's a long-ass book.
So, at some point, though, they all train. We've learned about Valkyries.
Yeah.
Who are ancient women warriors that are now dead, but Cassian knew some.
Yeah.
Before they died, because they're all old.
They're all old as sin.
They're all old. And we learned about the Illyrian rite. To become an Illyrian soldier.
Yeah.
It's like on their precious mountain. Not precious, sorry. That made it sound like I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Their precious mountain. Their sacred mountain.
Yeah. For the blood rite.
For the blood rite, where you like basically wake up without any weapons or powers and have to figure out how to get to the top.
And you're not with your people.
You're not with your people.
You have to find them and then get to the top.
Yeah. I think you're not supposed to like be with people, but it's like the whole thing is like Cassian, and like Reese found each other.
And then they got to the top.
And they got to the top together. And like, that's never happened.
Yeah.
And there's some like animosity brewing in the Illyrian war camps too, like
because they start to train women.
Yeah, and they're not about that.
Reese is like, you're gonna start to train the girls.
Yeah.
And the people, the trainers there are like, we've never done this before. I don't want to train girls.
They're so mad at that. They like usually clip women's wings and then make them.
Which is so sad.
So sad.
That's Emery's wings are clipped.
I know, it's heartbreaking, honestly.
Ugh.
But they want them to be like breeders and like housemakers, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
So that's happening at the same time. Oh, yeah, okay. I think the next thing is the harp, because they're talking about Lanthris. And they're at the...
Also, while this is going on, Favor's pregnant.
Yeah. Reese is being weird the whole time. Like, it's not hard to figure out.
This whole book...
I hate Reese and Favorite in this book.
They do not... From Nesta's point of view, it's not... They are not... They're not very forgiving.
And that's the only thing I can, like, try and, like, come to terms with, is that we're seeing them from her point of view and she already doesn't like them.
Yeah.
Because, oh my god, they are written so annoyingly awful.
It just paints this picture and I'm like, I don't like this.
I don't like this. It's like, who are these people?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan. But yeah, all this is going on.
He's being weird.
He's being weird. And they do find out she's pregnant.
He's worried about the wings.
Yeah,
he doesn't tell Fairy he's worried about the wings. I think
he tells Cassian, and Cassian tells Nesta.
And then Nesta blabs.
And then Nesta's pissed and, like, tells them.
Yeah.
And Feyre and Reese's life are also tied together.
Yeah.
So it's like, if she dies in childbirth because her birth and hips can't handle the wings, then Reese dies too. So it's like a 3-for-1 deal here. And he's, like, trying to figure out... Like, he's so, I feel like, his head's not in the game for, like, the war piece, because he's trying to, like, save Feyre's life.
Yeah.
Which is, like, an issue in and of itself is the High Lord here.
Yeah.
And Amren and Nesta are not on good terms.
Mm-mm.
So something we really don't know, I think, until the end. Like, they just, like, had, like, a weird fight, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's got animosity.
Everyone. I think that she's mad. I think that they're not aligned because, like, Amren's finally like, you need to, like, stop this, and she's like, no, like, fuck you, basically.
Yeah. Grow up.
So yes, all that's happening, and I think that the next thing is them finding the harp. So the harp, I don't really remember, they, like, go to this Lanthris person. I don't really remember who that person is.
I don't either.
Oh, they're going... Oh, they're going...
Under the mountain.
Yeah.
Not under the mountain, but the prison.
The prison. That's where the Lanthris person
is. And they accidentally free him.
Yes. And they have to fight him. So yeah, they go to the prison, which is interesting, so interesting now that we've read Crescent City too.
Yes, because we know what's under the prison.
Yeah.
We know what's under that shit.
But it makes it less surprising that they're hiding that harp there.
Yeah.
So, like, she, like, goes into, like, whatever and, like, gets the harp.
Comes out and accidentally frees somebody.
Well, she, like, plucks the string and it frees. Because, like, the harp can help you, like, go through worlds, but also, like, open doors, essentially. Yeah. So, she accidentally opens the prison doors. Which, whatever, girl, you gotta...
Why are you playing that harp?
I don't know.
Why are you playing that harp?
I don't know. I do not
You don't even know what it does. You plucking strings?
Right. So she has 2 of the dead tropes now.
Yeah.
And then this now says that they say they love each other after... This weirds me out. Okay, I really want to talk about this. Cassian gives Nesta a music copying device called a Symphonia.
I love that! Because she loves music and he got her that thing. And she's just like, I didn't get you anything. Yeah, we're not surprised.
Fine, it is sweet. But I'm like, what is this magic? What do you mean? What do you mean we just randomly can now trap music?
Oh, man. I mean, I don't know what the magic is. It's radio.
I know, but I'm like, you can't just like make up something new where it's like the magic. I don't know. It just made me so annoyed.
It's radio.
Anyway.
Or a CD player without a CD.
Yeah, no, it's, whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
And there's it's magic. Snowfall fight.
Oh, yeah, it's Christmas.
Cassian takes us to the Starfall.
Mm-hmm. The whole Eris engagement.
Yeah.
Or, like, not engagement,
but they're trying to, like, seduce him?
No, he asked her to marry him.
Yeah. But it was part of their plan or something. Like, they're trying to get something from him.
Well, they're trying to get some information from him.
Yeah.
But she ultimately turns down the engagement.
Yes. And, like, Cassian is, like, trying not to, like, fight everyone now that he's in love with...
Oh, yeah.
They love each other, I feel like. It says Eris is captured by Braylon, and Cassian goes to get him.
Oh, yeah.
Nessa's friendship bracelet tells her to hurry. Oh, are we at the... We must be at the right, then. At the...
No, she's there. She's, like, taken in the night for the right.
I know, but I think that they wake up... Yeah.
Yeah. They wake up and she's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's all she knows. So they wake up and they're all...
She's like in the mountain.
Yeah, but that's all she knows is she needs to get to them because they have this friendship.
Oh, yeah.
She just... Okay, I love Sarah J Maas. But she just starts picking up random ass like devices with magic in them now. Like...
This CD player.
this friendship bracelet. It's so weird.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Just like, accept it.
Yeah, so basically, they wake up because they showed off that they
did this obstacle course.
Yeah.
I'm like, look how great we did it.
And the last thing...
And it was a qualifier.
Yeah, it was. I don't think they officially knew that, but I think Cassian wanted to have them have the opportunity to do it.
Well, and they did it in front of these people.
Yeah,
they were like,
show them that women can do it.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, you know what? If women can do that, we're going to sing it from the blood, right?
Yeah, so they take them.
And they did.
And, like, there's never been a woman in Blood, right? In general.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they all wake up separately, and then it says Nesta finds Emery unconscious in a river, and they have to go look for Gwen.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're all, like, trying to
get out of the Blood, right? Trying to make it to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, so they can become official Illyrian warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're struggling, they're fighting.
Yeah, and then they come across other people, and then they get there, and then... That's when,
but Cassian realized it, but he knows he can't interfere.
Can't interfere, yeah.
Yeah, because
against the rules.
They kill them, I think.
You can kill them if you interfere.
If they interfere, yeah.
But at the end of the Blood Right is when somebody has Cassian.
Yeah. Oh, Kochi, that's the guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy. He's like this ancient, old person trapped in a lake. At a lake. And he's kind of like controlling everything, I think. Mm-hmm. He captures Cassian, takes him to Braylon.
And then they try to trade.
Nesta sees her friends reach the top. Nesta loses her sword. Nesta calls Cassian her mate in the middle of the fight. Cassian asks Nesta to kill him.
He's being controlled.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, he's being controlled, and, like, they basically, like, tell him to kill Nesta.
Oh.
And he's like, kill me.
Kill me first.
Or, like, he's like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Gotcha.
Because they want to trade. They're like...
Oh, because he does have the crown. Okay, that's right. He has the crown.
He has the crown.
And the crown lets you control anyone, like, basically within earshot.
Yeah. And they want the other 2 pieces of the trove.
Yeah, of course. So
they can, trade. You can have your mate. And Cassian's like, kill me.
Yeah. Because the trove is technically locked up somewhere, but we find out very quickly that she can just call them and they'll show up for her.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's great.
Yeah. Let's give Nesta all his power.
Yeah.
And then she just, like, explodes on them.
Yeah, Nesta goes a bit wild and explodes at Raylan, who is dissolved along with the crown.
Yep.
So she destroys the whole crown, too.
Mm-hmm.
Mort and Azrael arrive while Nesta is cradling Cassian.
Yep, he doesn't die.
And they tell her that something is wrong with Feyre.
And she goes into labor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they've technically, like, done the blood right.
Yeah. And I think, technically, Nesta doesn't make it. The other two do.
The other two do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and when we were talking about Cassian, it's reminded me, we haven't talked about, she, like, gets pissy at some point, and Cassian just, like, takes her... When is she not pissy?
When is she not pissy?
But he, like, takes her into the mountains just to, like, walk for, like, a week.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that part was so weird. They're just, like, not talking, and they're walking, and then they're talking. I think that's when they finally admit that they like each other.
Yeah, I think it is.
Anyway, sorry, I just thought about that. But yeah, so now we're at the end. Cassian survives, but Feyre's about to die.
Yep, she's having a baby.
She's having a baby, and she's in distress.
Yeah.
I just imagine... Okay, my thing, just, like... Okay, I get that it's, like, a fantasy book. But, like...
Somebody had to be birthing these babies with wings.
Well, they're saying that Illyrians have hips...
A birth canal.
That are a birth canal that's, like, designed to accommodate the wings. My thing is, if I've ever seen an animal with wings, those wings tuck right in. They're not, like... coming out like this.
Yeah, like you're already squeezed into like in the womb. You're already constricted.
Yeah.
You would think it would still be constricted, and then when you get out,
that's my thing. Is I'm like,
that's fair.
I don't get it.
He's not in the womb like this,
Red Eagle. Like, yeah,
you feel that.
You would feel that. That's my only. I mean, I know it's a fantasy book, and it's like, you guys know I don't like the pregnancy trope. Period.
Yeah.
And you're gonna put in a pregnancy trope where she's in danger of dying. I'm not really about it, but whatever. This is how it ends. You want to?
Yeah. Oh, and then so like Nesta comes. They're all there. Like
they're all there. Reese is crying.
Yeah. And Nesta plays her harp, and basically like saves Feyre.
Yeah.
It's weird, which I don't understand because that harp doesn't do that. It like opens doors. I'm like,
my like thought here is that it's
opening her door.
Opening her door. I
don't like that.
I'm not even kidding.
I don't like that.
I don't know, but yeah, it allows her to give birth
safely.
Yeah. Like
also like later when she's like, when I did that, I made sure we'd all be okay to have babies with wings.
Yeah, because it was like, I think that it wasn't so much her playing the harp. It was like her using the like magic of the harp and like making a deal. She almost makes a deal with everything.
She gives the powers back, I think, for Feyre's life.
Yeah,
but the cauldron powers.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah. So she's like, in exchange for this.
And it also I threw in. She tells Cassian that later. She's like, also I made sure that if I had babies, we'd be good. And I was like, what? You were thinking about that in that moment?
I could not.
It was such a weird little add-on. Like,
I know.
Okay.
It's like, great.
So should we expect your babies? I don't know. It was an interesting add-on.
It was
because it was like Nesta who doesn't care about anything, and she was like, oh, by the way, if we had kids, we'd be good.
You'd be a horrible mom, Nesta, but I think I read somewhere too that it was like, wow, you didn't put Elaine in that either.
Damn.
But you know, it's like she gives up her powers, but she can still use the mask, as we saw later. So and like I don't think she still has high fae powers. She just doesn't have the cauldron powers.
Yeah, that extra boost.
Yeah. So she saves them, and like Reese is so thankful, and Nyx is born.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's how it ends.
Cassie and Nesta decide to get married.
Oh yeah, because she wants to throw that like really lavish.
Yeah.
She wants to throw a really lavish mating ceremony.
Because she is like a party girl, like whatever, and like she's like. She was raised to be kind of spoiled.
She seems like the most unfun party girl ever.
Yeah, and then the last bullet point is actually Eris tells Cassian that he was tortured by his own father, which is why I have hope for Eris to be.
I think he is going to be a major player in the next
I think we're going to like him a lot, too.
I think I am.
Yeah. And
I don't hate him now.
I don't hate him now either. And I'm supposed to, I think. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to.
I'm like Team Eris.
I know, yeah.
I'm like, I feel like he's got some
redeeming... It's got some swagger to him.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
And I feel like he has got some stuff that he's like, these are the reasons I did this.
Yes.
That we don't know yet.
Yes. Even with like the Moore thing, I'm like, there's a reason in there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's it.
Oh wait, so the next thing I have is rumors for the next book.
Oh yeah. Well, let's make our own predictions first.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I don't really. I mean,
I think the next book's gonna be, Elaine centered.
Yeah, I think that following.
Like, I don't think they're not gonna get their own arc like Sarah did.
Yeah.
I do not think that.
I don't think so because I don't think we could do like 6 more books.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Like 9. No, not 9.
Yeah, like 9 total. Yeah. So I think that like it should be Elaine focused.
Yeah.
Do you think it's Az or do you think it's Lucian? This is like the hardest. Because I love Az. And I love Lucian though too.
I think.
I hate how much she hates Lucian. I hate how much Elaine hates Lucian.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Lucian.
I think it's gonna be Lucian too. I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I think it does too.
I think they just gotta.
I think there's gonna be very like love triangle-y things.
Because I'm fine with Az and Gwen.
Yeah.
I like them together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they'd be fine together.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I don't really know, because, like, we defeated the Dread Trove, but, like, Koshi...
It'll be Baron. It'll be...
But Koshi's still out there. Like, we defeated, like, that one guy, but not the main guy.
Yeah.
And the Queen...
The Queens are still there.
out there.
Yeah, the Queen's still there. And, and Lucian's dad.
Yeah, so we'll probably just, like, see the conflict there rise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll probably culminate... I don't know who the last book will... Because I think it'll be 2 more.
It'll be, like, another 3rd.
Yeah, but I don't know who that'll be.
Maybe it'll be all of them, like more like Throne of Glass style.
Maybe.
Can they go back to Farah and Reese?
Can we take it back?
Take it back.
Can we take it back?
But yeah, I think that this, like, talking about it again, I feel less anger toward Nesta. It was still a good book. No. So Nesta doesn't redeem herself in my eyes.
Oh.
I think having read her in Crescent City, I think I will like her in the next book.
Yes.
I will give her that. I think this book does not fix her.
No.
But I think that it sets her up to not be as awful in the next book.
I agree.
And I think maybe that will make me like her.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
I did like this book as we talked about it more.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, so what's the predictions you got for us?
There's a lot of rumors. I was delving into it, and some of them are very elaborate.
Well, this book came out a while ago, didn't it? When did this come out? 2021. So, like...
And I don't even know that we're getting that book next year.
I think this is the next book we're getting, but I don't know that
Like,
it
would it be
is.
2026?
Oh my god, that'd be so long.
I don't know.
Hopefully, like, maybe late 2025. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what he's doing either.
Looking outside.
Yeah.
That's funny. The one piece of window.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a lot of rumors.
Yeah.
And a lot of theories. Okay. I'm just gonna go through some of the ones that I found, because a lot of them are elaborate and they're wild.
People will spend some time.
I was very overwhelmed when I was like looking this up. Okay, so one theory is that the mating bond between, and I don't know who this would really serve, but mating bond between Lucian and Elaine is a spell like in TOG when Rowan thought his first wife
was his mate.
I've
heard this, and I've heard that it's Reese that put it there.
Yeah, but like, what is that serving?
So, I don't know. The rumors around, like, when I've heard that rumor and people trying to explain it, I've heard them say that Reese did it. So first people are like, he just doesn't like Nesta. But also, not Nesta, sorry. Like, he didn't want any of them to be with, like, them.
Gotcha.
So I think he didn't like Nesta, he didn't like Elaine.
Yeah. He's like, let's pawn them off for somebody else.
Yeah, but I've also heard that he just, like, wants Az to not be attached to anyone. Like, he's a spy master. Which is kind of shitty.
I don't think Reese would do that.
I don't think so either. But there's also, like, that evil Reese theory, too.
Is it evil Reese theory?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even want to hear about that.
I don't know the full, like, scope of it, but it's, like, partly that, partly, like, him manipulating that, and, like, him manipulating other things, too, to kind of, like, go his way.
I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
The next one, when I like found it, there's not like some of these theories. There's like people like write a book.
Yeah.
This one, I feel like there's not like as much whatever about it. Is Tamlin being Elaine's mate?
Yeah, I've heard that one because it's like she can hear someone's heart, and he's like got a heart of stone.
Yeah, I'm like,
I think for the same reason people think that she would be a good mate with Tamlin is why she would be a good mate with Lucien. The whole like spring court thing.
Yeah.
Like Lucien's autumn court, but he basically is the spring court.
Yeah.
And I could see him taking over the spring court.
Absolutely.
So like I get that one. But I would not like it. Like I think I do think Tamlin will get some kind of redemption arc in the next book or two.
Yeah.
And I think he deserves it. Like fine. Like he's been through a lot.
Yeah.
He can have it.
He can have it. Okay, so another theory for the next book is that it follows how Tower of Dawn was. And it's not actually, like, a new book in, like, furthering the timeline, and it's more point of view.
I wouldn't like that.
At the same time as Silver Flames.
Shit, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, that's theory.
I mean, it makes sense. She's gone the whole time except for, like, 2 scenes.
Yeah. That's a legit theory. Yeah.
You know, I was blessed to have paused my reading of Throne of Glass post.
Oh, I read it all the same, but if I would have read that and then been left.
Like, I had probably read up to the 4th book, and then I just, like, happened to, like, not read it for a while. By the time I picked it back up, they were already both out.
Yeah.
And I think that if I had read Empire of Storms and been excited for, like, the next book and Tower of Dawn came out, I would have been pissed.
I'd be like, ugh.
And, like, because I don't like Kale.
Yeah.
And, like, I liked the book in the end. It was great. It was fine. Tatum reading made it so much better, though. And, like, and it's not that I don't like Moore, but I don't care about her.
Yeah, you don't care about her as much, definitely.
Oh, I hope that one's not true.
And then there's the whole thing where Moore and Eris are mates.
I like that one.
Yeah.
And I think, again, like, Moore is not my favorite. I don't know why I just, like, turned on her, but she's just, like, not my favorite.
Yeah.
And, like, I think I do like Eris, and, like, what I've heard from them is, like, she might be a shitty person.
Yeah. Like, I feel like she's gonna deny, like, I feel like they're gonna be that instance where it's like, I'm just gonna deny this.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
So, another thing, is, this girl was looking at, like, different mythologies.
Yeah. She knows a lot from mythology.
Yeah, and apparently, for, like, Lancelot.
Yeah.
Was, he had 2 love interests.
Guinevere and
Elaine.
Really?
Yeah, so she thinks that, like, Lancelot, like, as the right hand is Asriel.
Okay.
And, like, he would end up with Guinevere.
That makes sense, but it's also weird because Lancelot took Guinevere from Arthur.
Yeah. But, like, apparently Lancelot's 2 love interests were Guinevere and Elaine.
Interesting, but he ends up with Guinevere.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Elaine.
I guess she's, like, very minor in the mythology.
Maybe she's who he starts out with.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then he steals Guinevere.
Mm-hmm.
Which that mean that, like, makes sense.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get to know more about Asriel.
Yeah.
Like, people, like, say that he's their favorite, and, like, I just, like, don't know enough about him.
That's fair.
To make that.
I think some people just, like, sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just fine. Mysterious.
And then the last one is just, like, straight up Elaine Lucien.
Mm-hmm.
Where apparently, like, Sarah J Maas years ago was, like, in an interview was talking, this was, like, years and years ago, was talking about how, like, in a drunken meeting with, like, her editor, she was just, like, telling them, this was, like, when she was just finishing up ACOMAF and was working on ACOWAR, and she was telling them the ideas of her spinoffs.
Yeah.
Of, like, the rest of the series.
Yeah.
And, like, this is what's going to happen with this character. This is going to happen with this character. Mm-hmm. Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, we're definitely interested. And they, like, extended, the buy. And, like, in a Facebook comment that I guess, like, in, like, a quorum kind of thing, she was talking about how, like, she was like, yeah, I liked Elaine and Lucien. Originally, I was thinking Lucien and Nesta, but then I realized that they would just, like, not work out.
Yeah.
So, and this, that, and the other. It's, like, this whole, like, Facebook comment. And then, like, a couple years ago, in another interview, she's like, yeah, I've known, like, what's gonna happen, like, with these characters for, like, years, since, like, I've been, like, drunkenly telling my editor about, like, where they're going.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, it's Elaine and Lucien.
I think I'm fine with that.
I am too, and I feel like people...
They're so up in arms about this.
I feel like people are like, we don't want her with him. And I'm like, why? He's great.
You know, it's funny, because it's like, they're like, we don't want her with him, but I'm like, I don't want him with her right now.
Exactly. She's a board.
He's the better person here.
Yeah, she is a wet blanket.
I think they forget, like, how great he was in the first two books.
Yes, because when I reread the first book recently,
Yeah.
and even though,
He's a
like,
breath of fresh air.
he doesn't, like, make great decisions.
He's, like, definitely under Tamlin's thumb.
He's torn.
Yeah.
You can tell that he's torn.
Because he likes Feyre, but, like, that's his guy.
Yes, and even in the second book, he's still torn, and he's like...
But he's still helping Feyre.
And he's still helping Feyre. And, like, and in the third book, he's like, okay, I'm here to help.
Yeah, and then, like, I think that, like, it's, like, you know, that fallacy of, like, the last thing you read is what you remember the most. And, like, he's, like, not really in this book. He's just, like, with Vasa and Jurian.
That's true, yeah.
And, like, all we see is from, again, Nessa's point of view, like...
Oh, she hates it.
She hates them together.
He's not her mate.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, worry about yourself.
I think that that's, like, influenced a lot of, like, the thought around Elaine and, Lucien. And, like...
I love him.
I think they'll be great. I think if you can give her a personality...
Exactly. That's my main quality here.
Maybe that's why it's taking so long to come out. Like, Sarah J Maas is just, like, really struggling to give Elaine a personality that's not, I like flowers. And my head hurts from all the noise. Like, sorry.
My head hurts from all the noise.
It's like, I dislike them both for different reasons, her and Nesta.
Yeah, for sure.
But I like Lucien. And, like, I think that you actually... Like, this book is so big. And, like you were saying, like, we probably didn't need a book this big.
Oh, so big.
But, like, I think that you could have a book this big and, like, have, like... Like, we could still get to hear about Asriel and Elaine.
Absolutely.
Like, Like, you asked about the third book. The only thing I could think that she might do is make one Elaine and Lucien and give Asriel the last book.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I'd be, like, sad about that. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'd be fine reading... But it's, like, you have to also think about the plot of the story. Like, how do you get Elaine and Lucien in the same room?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can get Az in the same room as, like, Gwen, I feel like. So it'll be interesting to see how they make that happen.
Yeah.
Because you would have to have them at least, like, connecting their stories somehow to be able to, like, do all four of them at once. But I think you could do that.
Yeah. I don't know what people's, like, hate on Lucien is.
I don't know.
And when people are like, oh, her and Tamlin, I'm like, why would you ever want that? Ever.
Like I said, Tamlin's allowed to have a redemption arc if he wants.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he has to end up with one of our people.
I don't mind the theory that his mate was Amarantha.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
I think that would add depth to his character.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And then maybe he can his redemption arc should be figuring out how to be a better High Lord to his freaking Spring Court.
Yeah.
Where everything has gone to shit because of him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's what your redemption arc should be.
100%.
Then, like, maybe later you can, like, I don't know, they're probably gonna have him, like, what if they had him, like, fall in love with, like, one of their kids?
Ew!
Like, a Twilight situation.
Ew, the Nesme situation.
Yeah, because they live for so long.
I hate that.
Obviously, like, Nyx is a boy, but, like, say, like Nesta and Cassian have a kid, or, like, Lucien and, Lucien and Elaine have a kid, like, a daughter.
Hate that. Gay.
The age difference would be no different than, like, Rhys and Feyre in 20 years.
But even shorter.
It'd be disgusting.
That'd be gross. Ugh. I don't like it.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm like, this came out in 2021. It's been 3 years then.
Yeah, maybe we will get in 2025.
I feel like we have to. I think that she can make that work.
Yeah.
Everyone was saying that she was going to announce something on, like, the equinox or spring equinox or something, and it never happened.
No.
Because they were like, it's going to be about the Spring Court book.
Oh, yeah. A lot of theories out there.
What do you think the name will be? That's always fun, too.
Ooh.
A court of...
Flowers and
spice.
I don't know.
Flowers and spice.
Flowers and...
A court of blossoms and battle.
Oh.
Battle and Blossoms.
A court of...
Blood and Blossoms.
A court of visions and...
Violets.
Visions and violets. Court of... Oh, jeez, I don't know.
Of... Death and destruction.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well, also sometimes they'll say like I've seen ones that are like a court of shadow because of Azrael.
Oh yeah,
that's nice.
I guess we'll find out
eventually, sometime. It might be a while before you see us again talking to ACOTAR.
Yeah, this is the last of it.
And it is what it is.
It is what it is. It's a Nesta book.
Alright, what do we? Let's cheers.
Cheers to Cassian. For putting up with her. Yeah, 100%.
I'll cheers to Cassian and the Valkyries.
Oh yeah, Valkyries. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Until whenever the next ACOTAR comes out, friends.
Yeah. See you then. Bye.
Bye.